Hello and welcome to Roll to One. I'm your Dungeon Master. I'm Jaden Arnold. We're going to go ahead and get right to it. I love this thing. Curse of Strahd's my favorite. We're in the castle now, so let's get ready for tonight's episode of Crow's Curtain Call. The party discussed the letter of invitation that came from Strahd. After showing it to Rictavio/Van Richten, he revealed that he had captured a coffin maker who was hiding 9 vampire spawn in his home. After a brief interrogation, Thomas realized that Lucian had a part to play. He, borrowing the Hat of Disguise, disguised himself as a more infernal maestro, triggering the captive to transform into a werebat. After knocking him unconscious, the party realized that Rictavio was triggered into a temporary madness by the sight of Lucian's devilish form. The party then convinced Shiv to travel to dinner, bringing only Vasilka outside the normal 3. Stopping by Blinsky, they left for Castle Ravenloft and passed by a windmill that seemed to bear an omen of terror. They arrived to the road leading to the castle and stepped into a black carriage waiting for them. They then rode and became visitors to the castle. So now you're literally there. Holy cow, that was a quick description. And you guys are, that's all you did. So you guys are now in the front courtyard of this castle. The door has just opened up on the carriage, and the castle is yours. What would you like to do?
Does anyone stand at the front door? Do we see the front door open, or is the front door of the castle itself closed?
I think we have to get out of the carriage first.
Also, you see all of the torches on the walls are not torches. They are electricity. They're flickering similarly, but they are just electricity.
I would like to make my Fey blade like a small dagger.
Okay. You see his Blade of the Feywild go from being a great sword shrinking down to a dagger's blade.
And I just put it in my vest pocket.
Whoa, Duncan, we gotta talk about that, man. That's cool.
Close to the microphones, guys. So yeah, you are now, because I got music.
Music.
You are there.
Okay, I step out of the carriage.
I look to see if any traps are triggered by him stepping out of the carriage.
No, he steps down onto the ground and looks around. You see a largely dead grass, if there is any. It's patches, if that. Mainly dirt and just nastiness. You see a tree that's trying to grow, and as it continues to try to grow, it just brutally snaps in the wind. You do see that, though, you are in the rain. It is now pouring. It is now storming. It is now disgusting. And so that is your life situation right now. So what do you want to do?
Is the front door of the castle?
Yeah,
open?
so you look at the front door of the castle and it is closed. But you do see an individual standing on the outside of that. He's wearing a long blue coat, fur coat, has his hood up, and is wearing some sort of leather armor, denoting a guard position at the front gate.
You guys coming?
Yeah.
You jumped out first.
Fair. Duncan,
Step
you want
right
to
out,
or do you want me to?
I step right out, and I'm just kind of I'm letting you do your thing because you're the talker here.
All right.
So,
hello, sir. Just kind of wave at the guard.
Calling with not going?
I step towards him and say, hello, sir, and approach the door and the guard. Hopefully trailed by my friends.
we follow.
He is at the front door, and he says, hello. What can I do for you?
We were invited for dinner.
Invitation.
I present it to him.
He looks at it, waves his hand over it. The invitation disintegrates into fire. Just gone.
Ow.
He says, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is... Wow. Spaced it. Hold on, I got a name. Wow. My name is Rahadin. It is a pleasure to meet you. I welcome you to the castle. I will note that the Lord is currently occupied, but he will be with you shortly. I would like to introduce you as he steps open, pushes open the door. The ornate outer door of the castle hangs open now, flanking by fluttering electrical torches. 20 feet inside the castle is a second set of doors. You are in between. The doors in front of you suddenly swing open, revealing a grand hall filled with the sounds of just ambient sound.
What do I do? Can I just take note of what this Rahadin guy is?
Rahadin, he is an elf. He's like a dark-skinned elf. He's got pointed ears. and he clearly seems to be a dusk elf.
What's he wearing?
He's wearing leather armors. You see he's got a blade hidden on his side beneath the cape. It is a scimitar of sorts.
This is gone.
It is gone.
It's gone.
It is disintegrated.
It's gone with the wind.
It's just whoosh.
Well, what do we see when we step into this great hall?
You see a vaulted entry foyer, 4 statues of dragons glaring down, their eyes flickering, reflecting the electrical bulbs. But you are now followed behind by Rahadin. Cobwebs are not present. It is perfectly exquisite. It is clear. It is a beautiful place. You hear organ in the distance, and you see columns that support the vaulted ceiling of a great hall, lit, and the odd shadows, though, are across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles squatting motionlessly on the rim of the domed ceiling. Cracked and faded, the ceiling frescoes are covered in cracks, and it seems that this place has stood for a long time. Double doors of bronze stand closed to the east, to the north. A wide staircase climbs into the darkness. A lit hallway to the south contains another set of bronze doors, to which you can hear majestic organ tones. This elf with the brown skin and long black hair now ascends the staircase. You see every step he makes is exactly silent. You hear nothing from his footsteps. He wears this gray cloak over the black-studded leather armor and his polished scimitar hanging from his belt. He says, I believe the master will be expecting you. Could I get your names?
I'm Duncan.
Thomas.
Shiv will say, this is Vasilka.
She curtsies and says, I'm Vasilka. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, we are a little bit behind. We didn't expect you to arrive so soon. We expected you to put it off and arrive maybe later in the week or something, whenever it was at your convenience.
Shiv will slowly take a hard look at Thomas, like this.
Thomas will very try to just not be like, are you kidding?
Not make eye contact at all.
Not make eye contact with Shiv, and his face just reads, are you kidding me?
Duncan just sighs.
Let me see.
Wow, that's
Excellent.
great.
Excellent.
Wow.
So good.
I'm glad we're so tired for this.
I love it so much.
Yeah, hey, we had a heck of a day. Hey, this says
fantastic.
you're invited, but it doesn't give a date. We should go right now.
Fantastic. I love it.
And I will tell you, as you're having this like light banter between each other, he laughs.
Light and silent.
Oh, is it silent?
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Well, we're not trying to.
Thomas is like
play our
whispering
hand
to
here.
Duncan.
So then I guess you stare at him, and he says, I'm kidding.
We all failed.
Oh.
our
We
deception
wanted
check.
you to come immediately.
Okay, great. Good. Thomas
That's
says
why that
out-
was funny to me.
Thomas says that out loud. Yes. Where
It's
shall we wait
I'm like
for the count?
relieved and
Yes,
At
let
the
me
same
pull up all of
What
the
gay banter?
people.
what?
It means happy.
Right, we're in ye olden times.
I'm pulling up all the people. Give me 1 second. Where are they? Where are they? So anyway, you guys are looking around.
Don't waste them.
He does say. He says, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go and grab the other attendants to bring you to your changing chambers.
What do you mean changing chambers?
Oh, you're not dressed for the occasion. We have provided things for you.
Okay.
Duncan looks at Shiv.
Thomas is kind of happy.
When he said you are not, who did he specifically look at the 3 of us who are not in that cloak thing?
I mean, he looked at Thomas and then glanced at the rest of you.
Where's the organ music coming from, sir?
It's coming from to your immediate right. You see a double doors that are closed. You are hearing it coming from some you'd imagine
I
a
asked
distant
the
room.
same question to the elf.
Ah. It helps if you start with a name.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Sorry. That's why I said I figured sir might.
He says, sorry, I just...
You're good.
He says, it is coming from the Lord himself. He's wrapping up one of his arrangements.
Interesting. He plays the organ.
The best I've ever heard. And he goes off in the distance.
Does he play?
Haven't hurt me.
Let me see. Why?
He hasn't hurt me, Duncan.
My brain is like ready to
the
go,
one that
but
can go
I don't
down.
know. Their descriptions are not here. I had it right here.
So we're just standing.
Yes, you are awkwardly standing, just like I'm awkwardly trying to figure this out.
I'm also trying to picture. I'll turn and
There
look
we go.
at the gentleman, like with my back to Rahadin. So we have to change.
It looks like it.
Are you gonna change?
I mean, I don't think we have a choice.
Are you gonna change?
What was it again?
We're not dressed
What
for
was it again? What was the stuff?
Oh, so he looked at me, even wearing the things.
What was the thing?
Oh, it was a cloak and
silvery
gloves.
cloak and gloves.
Yeah, that's all that it is. But then he still looked at me and said we weren't dressed for the occasion.
Yeah.
So, even more clothes.
I think.
Vasilka, you're gonna get new
Let's-
clothes.
We might as well wait.
We'll. Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah.
I don't think he was offering it as an option, though. I think it was more.
I
of,
think this is a boring song.
Oh man. Okay. So
Let him know. Don't
So-
say that too loud.
No, I whispered it.
coming up as a single individual, he is blonde. He is wearing a cape off to one side. He is wearing purple, and has like I said, long blonde hair, and is ready to go. And he says, "Hello, I am Escher. I see you've chosen to wear normal clothing today. Okay, fine. If you'll come with me, I will show you to your changing chamber, and we will get you all outfitted properly for this evening. Sasha is busy, so you will have to do your own hair and makeup. Anyway, follow me." So he steps through this space, and you head into a guest hall. An arched hallway stretches for 20 feet, ending at a spiral staircase that goes up and down. Next to the hallway, a suit of armor, oiled and glistening, stands at attention in a shallow alcove. To the west, large double doors hang slightly open, and a steady bright light comes through the opening. Swells of organ music continue to happen behind the doors, spilling their melody and power to the defeat in the hall. But anyway, you turn to the side, and you head into this small guest chamber, this guest room. And Escher says, "All right, gentlemen, strip into your small cloths, and I will use my cantrips to slowly and carefully remove grime, blood, and sweat from all of your skin."
I think we're clean enough.
Didn't we know how to do that?
I think we did, Shiv.
Do we smell?
I think you do.
What do we smell like?
Death.
And
If you will not, I will tell the master that you refused.
Okay, do your crap.
So he begins to like wave his like fingers around, and then like basically all the grime like to the needle. You are like the top layer of your skin is removed. Type clean.
It's a radioactive
Like
bath.
Jacques from Finding Nemo.
Sure.
You don't get that?
I know who you're talking about. I just was like, that's a very old reference.
left field.
That movie isn't that. I mean, it's 19 years old, so.
Oh my god, I'm so old.
Yeah, we're all very
It
old.
came out in 2003, I think.
Oh god.
No,
And-
no, I don't care.
He then says, "So I have provided all of you clothing. I've taken your measurements very carefully. If it doesn't fit, that's on you. You'll have to pull it tighter or tighten the fasteners." He then gestures over to like a bench on the side wall that has folded neat clothes for all of you. And it's labeled Shiv, Thomas, Vasilka, Duncan.
Even with Shiv's name?
It says Shiv, yeah.
Well, Thomas will change.
Okay, so Thomas, you walk over to your clothing, and you are met with a beautiful, ornate vest with gold inlay. It is a dark burgundy and a red pant to match. You see there are shoes and socks, all in your size, and then you see a jacket that goes tails to the floor in black.
Wow. It's like concert dress. I haven't worn this in years.
what does Shiv have?
Shiv, you are greeted by a similar outfit, except yours is in green with silver inlay, and the suit itself has a has a like back end opening for your tail, as well as a cape and hood that goes over the top that wraps ornately as well.
That's so cool.
And Duncan's?
Duncan's, yours is in blue with silver inlay, and you see that the blue pant is expertly measured for your length. Also, you see that it has a pocket in the side jacket that would fit a perfect dagger.
Or do the sleeves go all the way down to your wrists?
They go right above, like right down. When you extend your hands all the way to the ground, in the middle of your hand is when they extend.
Okay, perfect.
Like perfectly measured. You even like pull in and it stretches a little bit, almost unnaturally.
Wow. Well, we put them all on, and
What did they
And
look
also
like?
on the like hanging on the like to the side, there is also a hat in blue as well.
all right. Is it like the hat I'm wearing?
Yeah, but it's in blue and
That's-
matches the ensemble.
What
That's beautiful.
is anything interesting about Duncan or Shiv as we change? Like, they're giant men.
Right.
Are your arms like weirdly long, weirdly short?
Well, I'm also. Can I see if I know if these are enchanted clothes or not?
I mean, there's only one way to find out if something's enchanted,
Well,
and that's trying to break it.
what kind of magic?
No, that's trying to break it. If something is enchanted, it will not rip.
Oh,
Shiv, you want to rip your clothes? Vasilka? What did Vasilka have?
What does Vasilka have? Vasilka is wearing a very elegant red dress that is tight and extends in ruffles along where the bottom of the knees start, and it extends outward almost like an evening kind of pull-in tight shape, and then also towards the top it is sleeved on both sides with ruffles similar on the sleeves, and then also something for her hair as well, to kind of wrap and hang down a piece of cloth that will go to the floor and drag behind her.
Pretty.
so I can't. Just be clear. I can't tell. I can just tell. Like when I was looking at the
if you want to do that, yeah,
carriage.
you can tell if something's magical, and then I can tell you the type of magic if you care.
That's what I'd like to find out. Yeah.
So you want to do it again?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, unless your answer was that they're enchanted.
Well, the thing is that I believe that takes a while to do. I don't know what the amount of rounds that is for you. Like,
Let me check.
I can also check, Jaden. So, no need
so
to look
she
it up.
Vasilka changes behind the little folded, area in the back
Classic.
corner. At the same time, also Escher is kind of like waiting there, like looking at his nails. You can see that they are painted a purple, and he awaits and says, "Oh, finally, Sasha is in." And you see this lovely lady walks in, and she's like, "I'm so sorry, I'm late. I'm so sorry. Let's see what we can do about your hair." And so she walks over to Thomas, and she like says, "Can I get your hair?"
Yeah.
And so she does a single braid along the side, pulls it down into a ponytail that extends down, and then she goes over to Duncan and says, "May I?"
Sorry.
Do you want to use my scrunchie?
And she grabs it. It's like this, like amazing. She's like, "Yes." And then she pulls your beard into a single twisted braid that like braids within, so it's like wrapped and then a single pull in the middle, and it makes your beard like one long piece instead of three smalls like you have.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to ask you to do your hair.
And pulls it very small, and then you have that out there, and then Vasilka's hair is done by her. That is part of the reason why she's in here. And then Rahadin, like almost to the note, steps in through the double doors. You see he comes in and he says, "As you step through, I will spray once," and holds perfume.
Yes, sir.
I
That'll lead the way. Hey, this is a lot even for me, Duncan. So, just so you're not the only one that's uncomfortable.
Duncan holds his breath.
So you hold your breath, step through. It's one back after the other.
At this point, you may notice that Shiv has it on, but he also has his normal white cloak on over it.
Okay, right on.
Cool.
Well, silver cloak.
Yeah.
Silver white.
It's silvery white. Yep.
Lead the way, Rahadin.
So Rahadin steps into the space, and he goes into. Hold on, I got this. Okay, you guys leave all your stuff folded there. Escher puts a little card on top of all your clothes to label them. That same card.
Everything that I'm assuming it's the same for you two. Everything like my short sword is at my side, and I have dagger, and there I have my things, just I'm in different clothes.
Okay.
And I have my dagger, obviously, in my...
Yep. I made a perfect spot for it.
Yep.
Did you want Shiv to bring a giant shield in there?
Kinda.
And Morning Star? Is there a loop for it on the clothes?
Yeah.
Because of the sun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait, so
All right.
have we... Is it assumed that we put all our weapons with our clothes?
If you want to.
That's what we're going through right now.
I'm not doing that. Thomas is not. Thomas actively has his weapons on him.
I'm going to keep all the weapons I can conceal on me and put, like...
So your dagger.
So my dagger. I'm going to put, like, my great axe down, though.
Yeah.
And my heavy crossbow.
Shiv's kind of just taking your lead.
So, but I keep my
I
dagger
don't care.
and my flail.
Thomas has tried to make his short sword look ornamental.
Okay.
How so?
Well, like, you know how, like, some, like, in the Revolutionary War, they would have, like, this ornamental saber, and they would do all these things. That's kind of what Thomas is trying to accomplish.
What has he done to make it look ornamental?
I don't know. He's got a disguise kit.
Just engraved it.
Did Esther have anything?
Rahadin pulls you through the double doors. As he pulls you through the double doors, it opens into the space. You see a very ornate decorated floor, red and white tiles pulled around. You see dark, like almost dark black stone along the far walls, painted to like reflect the walls. You see these electrical bulbs hanging the chandelier itself, similar in fashion. You see wire twisted around copper. Most of the material is made of that is electrical in nature. And then you see across at the far wall beyond the table a large collared individual. You see no top of the head, just a collar twirling around, playing expertly this organ right now. You see his feet dancing, his hands outstretched outward. The crystalline chandeliers allowing you to see this masterpiece of silver and wood, this beautiful organ that travels throughout the room and is now almost piercingly loud in your ears as it is being played. As he lifts his hands, the organ continues to play, and he turns around, and he slowly turns towards you.
Duncan keeps the brim of his hat tilted.
That's what we need to know.
I know. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Hopefully it'll stop. Cool.
Epic.
Wow.
So Duncan's keeping the brim of his hat tilted down so that he's not making direct eye contact with Strahd.
Okay.
Thomas is making direct eye contact with Strahd.
You hear, "Greetings, welcome to Castle Ravenloft. I am Strahd van Zarovich. It is a pleasure to finally see Shiv, Thomas, and Duncan, as well as the lovely Vasilka, made especially for me."
What?
Charmed.
What? What?
Nice
Nice
to
to
meet
meet you.
I elbow.
Nice to meet you.
"Please, have a seat." And he sits at the head of the table. And you see, as all of these doors behind you are closed, you see some side doors kind of entering and coming in from the space. Gosh, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people that sit down. Rahadin, a lovely woman in red, a woman in yellow, a woman in white, and Escher, as well as a spot for a woman in a purple dress as well. I will describe them as need be. But they all sit down around Strahd, leaving the other end of the table for you all to face him.
Tom.
To face him?
It's
not like a long...
There's not.
It is a long table, but you'll have to
And there's not, I'm assuming, a foot of the table.
There is no chair at the other end.
Then
Okay.
I think we sit at those 4 seats, right?
Shiv will sit as far away as possible.
Thomas will sit
With Vasilka next to him,
across,
so-
across from Shiv diagonally.
Vasilka.
Yeah. Across from Vasilka here, across from Shiv here. I'm assuming you sit to my left.
I sit with you guys.
Yes, could we please start with the wine? And coming in is a small dwarven fellow. with a platter in his hand, and he resembles somebody that you've seen before. Where do you know him from? He looks like Cloven. He looks like Cloven Bellevue. But he's not Cloven Bellevue. Wow, I can't say that. He's not Cloven. He's probably related to him. And he sticks out with this platter covered in red goblets. And you see this individual like walk up and goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he passes all the wines out to you guys.
What's your name?
I'm not supposed to talk.
I
And
just
then
would like
steps
to-
away from you. And then Strahd says, yes, I have been procuring wine for quite some time. The Red Dragon Crush is my favorite. From the
very
Wizard.
good.
The Wizard of Wines is an excellent maker.
Very good.
Yes, so I suppose this is as awkward for you as it is for me. I hope that you had a safe journey.
We did get safe passage. Thank you for guaranteeing that.
So Strahd, you see now that you can kind of see him in the light, is wearing a very ornate red, like almost burgundy color, matching Thomas in a lot of ways. More gold than red in this context. And his cape extends over the chair behind him and fits through the fold, and you see his widow's peak is strong and it pulled slick back. I mentioned a while ago that he'd be played by Hugo Weaving, a very similar actor as far as the forehead size and just the way his glare.
physiognomy.
Yeah, his physiology.
Physiognomy.
Sure. I don't
What
know.
does that mean?
Google it.
You hear that?
That's fair.
We'll come right back because YouTube makes you pay for it. So you have to you have to stop in the middle and then.
It's how someone looks.
Oh, I understand.
A fancy way of saying
There
how
it
someone
is.
looks.
See, now they can.
Now you don't have to
Thank you,
Google
Zane.
it,
Yeah,
even though
I
you
was
probably already left too.
the audience, to Google it.
He says, "I'd like to meet you. I'd like to introduce you to all my friends. This is Ludmilla Vilisevic. She's a protege in magic. She is the spell mistress of Castle Ravenloft and the master of the coven of witches."
Which one's she?
What?
Which one is she?
Ludmilla. Wow. I don't know why they don't make this easy on the Dungeon Master. I'm gonna just Google it because it's so much easier.
She's the head of the coven.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Ludmilla she's tall, she's wearing whitish blue, she has a very golden thing on her forehead that kind of denotes her of African style descent, her skin equally dark, and her hair pulled into thick braids back beyond her head. And Ludmilla says, "Charmed." And then he introduces the next individual, and says, wow, so many descriptions. Anastasia. She is wearing red. Her face is older than the other two, but still equally as beautiful. She is, in fact, way shorter than Ludmilla, and is wearing red matching Vasilka, but her dress is far more ball gowny, and is sitting sideways in her chair. He says, "This is the diplomat of Castle Ravenloft, a former Valachian noble, descent of, what was it? What was the late Fiona Wachter? Which you have seemed to, anyway, you've done me a favor, to say the least.
Oh God.
Next is,
Oh, okay.
I'm continuing to
I'm
go
so
through.
scared.
Next is Valenta, the trap mistress and self-proclaimed artist of Castle Ravenloft. However, she delights in making things more lethal around here, so don't stray from the path. The tour will be later. This is Valenta, Volenta, who is wearing a golden yellowish gown and is wearing some sort of a skull mask with horns affixed to it as well.
She's the trap master.
She's the trap master.
Valenta.
Epic.
The trap mistress is what he said, but trap master works.
She's a trap.
He says, please, she is an open book, should you wish to discuss with any of them. They are all very willing and willful of my brides. As well, last but not least, my husband Escher. He is the newest of them all. He's a dashing man, and he is the truest bard I've ever met. Until today. Escher was the individual I described earlier. And he says, Escher has been trying to help me arrange things for a show I'm writing. But I assured him that the best shows have already been written. I seek only to play the organ. That is them. You have all met my butler, Bellevue. He is very kind. And
Bellevue. Is
Yeah.
that his full name?
no, it is not.
Just to be polite.
He has a name. Totally has a name. I'm just trying to remember the first name. Cyrus Bellevue. Today, also, Rahadin will be visiting from afar. Should you wish to speak to him, I have presented him with the option of sitting at the foot of the table. He is not hungry. He is normally going to bed around now.
Where's he from?
Rahadin, they have asked you a question. Rahadin says, okay, I'm Rahadin. I'm a general. I fight. And that's a bit of a personal question. But
Well, you said you were from far away. I just was curious.
I grew up on the Swords Coast. Country.
Me too.
Place. It's not bad. I oversee the day-to-day operations of Castle Ravenloft. I'm an enforcer beyond the castle. I suppose I'm also his brother.
Oh.
You suppose?
I mean, it's kind of an adopted situation.
Oh.
I mean, I'll kill you if you touch him. So
Yeah, we believe you.
Naturally.
be nice.
What?
Be nice
To what?
to us.
Oh. I thought you said
Course.
it would be nice, and so I was worried.
Wouldn't dare think otherwise.
Brother, stop it! You're scaring my guests. Oh no, that's my job. Oh yes. I believe.
Fighting.
You also met my servant Sasha. It seems she made herself known. Finally, she will be dealt with.
No need.
Andy, you cannot laugh.
Oh, the timing is so good.
Oh man, yes. Also, as you see, I have one more individual at this table. My most esteemed guest of the evening. The most esteemed guest that I don't have a name right now. Hold on. And the audience is like, you didn't prepare it, dude. This book is 50% this book. Yes, this is Gertruda. Gertruda I'm training her to be the finest singer in the land. Escher is a little disappointed he did not receive an invitation to audition, but Gertruda did. She is more of a singer, as Escher knows he's only an arranger. And Escher, very hard cringes and nods his head.
Arranging is an art.
He, winces even harder, why are you talking? Don't, you're making it worse. And then he, Strahd says, anyway, enough about the introductions. Let us begin the meal. And basically, throughout our role play that we're about to do, as I'm finally done with the awkward, introductions, basically throughout that, there are going to be food being presented to you, all nature of things. Including roast duck, lamb, soup, cheesecake, and
Roast soup.
vegetables that are really not from around here. Things of that nature. All of them are being presented to everybody. And you see, as you guys are eating, just to say if you want to eat, if you choose to, nobody else does.
Oh, then nope.
But they drink the wine that they're drinking. But every time somebody smiles, you do glance and see everyone but Gertruda that I introduced, except for Rahadin and Gertruda,
She had a mask.
have fangs.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're not eating because
I don't need to eat.
they don't have to.
Is Gertrude eating?
Gertruda is eating.
Okay, then I will eat.
Gertruda's eating, and Rahadin even steps around every once in a while and picks a grape or something.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so you're good. And so Strahd kind of being like the forerunner of, not forerunner, what's the word, like leader of this whole kind of conversation.
Moderator.
Yeah, that's it.
The front man.
Just kind of like putting through this situation. He's like, "Oh, yeah, how rude of me. I wish to say that we will be doing a dinner, then we will be doing a tour, and then we will conclude the night's evening with something that Escher has wrote for the evening. We will play and all dance together, and give me a better chance to meet all of you one-on-one, should I be preoccupied conversation with the other individuals at my court. So, without further ado, let us begin." And then he claps, and then like trays are floated in by unseen servants and placed before you in sync and in dance almost. So is there any, like, you guys can kind of lead this conversation, or you can let Strahd lead the conversation to you. He specifically will be doing a lot of like talking and then making sure everyone's smiling, like making sure everybody's having a good time. But if you want to make private conversation with anyone, now's the time. Otherwise, I will just bulldoze you as Strahd, and that is exactly what he would do. So it's a matter of like how your will of, your power of charisma against him, because he seems to be a force of energy that makes the room go round. So
Who was the one that was actually eating?
Gertruda.
Is she wear the one with the skull mask?
No, Gertruda is actually, I did not describe her very well. She's wearing a purplish gown with white accents, and has a hair up in a very elegant bun, pulled tight with like pearls over her bun.
Did she get introduced?
He did just introduce her. She was the one.
She was last.
She was the last one.
Escher didn't have fangs, right?
Escher
did.
does have fangs.
Everyone except Rahadin and Gertruda has fangs.
Yes.
Does Sasha have fangs?
Sasha was like a maidservant.
Oh,
woman.
she's not in here.
No.
And then Cyrus, did he have fangs?
Cyrus Bellevue did not.
Okay.
He's a dwarf. Also, you can tell that his clothes do not fit him very well.
And who's sitting next to Vasilka?
Yeah, that's a good question. Who's sitting next to me?
Okay, so I guess we'll imaginary this space out, and we'll say, so Strahd's at the head of the table. To his right
I'll draw it.
would be... No, you're good. To his right would be Anastasia. To his left would be Escher. To Escher's left, it would be Volenta, which was the
artist.
Yep, the
Trap
master.
mistress.
To the right of Anastasia would be Gertruda,
Oh, interesting.
and then that would be the fourth at the head of the table, right? Plus Strahd,
Yeah.
and then it would be you four on the last end.
Where's Ludmilla sitting?
Oh yeah,
there are more.
Ludmilla. Yeah, that's true.
Would she be where Gertruda is, and then Gertruda and Rahadin
Yeah,
in the middle?
you're right. Yep.
Okay, and then is Gertruda next to me or next to Vasilka?
Gertruda is next to you.
Cool.
So on the right
Oh,
side.
and Rahadin is not sitting at the table.
Rahadin is just meandering
Is there
around
an
the
empty
table.
chair
I
then?
guess.
Oh, I guess, right. Would there be an empty chair?
It seems that there is an empty chair.
Okay, I
and
just
you're,
wanna-
you're welcome to question him about that.
I think that's the first thing I will do.
So Valenta is on our side.
No, Valenta's on my side.
We're
There's
on-
a seat
we're on the
between.
right side.
We're split 2 and 2.
Yeah.
I think.
Vasilka and I are on the left side.
Well, so yeah. So Valenta is next. This
This
is
is
a math
fun.
problem.
This
now.
is fun.
So this is how I like to his right.
Oh, I put us on the other side.
Huh.
Oh, weird. I thought I was next to.
Nah,
I don't think it matters.
closer.
Closer to
The
Oh,
way
yeah.
in.
Sure.
the way in.
I can
That's a
just
good
pull up
call.
the main floor area if you
I'll
want me
just
to,
put-
and then
I'll
I'll
just-
just
Mine it
zoom
is
super
anyway.
far in. I don't know why
if it
that's
is or
doing
not,
that.
but mine
Yeah.
it is.
Shoot.
Viz. Dun.
Oop, hello.
Tom. Gert. Does that feel right?
I will zoom really far in just so we can
Ish.
have the chairs and tables.
It's so far in.
It's very big table, but you guys are all sitting
So
like
I put
near him.
and then it would be the woman in
Here's
red.
Cyrus and Rahadin.
The woman in red would go to his right, and then
Yeah.
next to her would be
Anastasia.
Ludmilla, which is yellow.
Ludmilla?
No, white.
Ludmilla's in white.
Ludmilla's in white. And then I think Gertrude was next to her because then I was next to Gertrude.
Gertruda was next to Ludmilla.
And then I was next to her.
Escher to his left.
Oh wait, are you on that end? Where's
I don't
the
know, you
nearest
tell me.
exit? Okay, so no, I would be there, and Duncan, you would be next to me, and then on the other side it would be Escher, and then Valenta.
Oh, yeah.
Escher is the purple, the one that you missed.
He's next to Strahd.
Yep.
Yep.
And then it would be yellow. And then
a
Bellevue
blank
is
seat,
not
apparently.
sitting in a blank seat.
Yes. There's a blank seat. Yep, that's the space. I zoomed in a ton because it just looks better that way.
Yeah, it's okay. We're not on it yet, but now we see it. Good job, team.
Leave it up there. I'll just show it.
Sure. Yeah, no, heck yeah.
Show the audience.
I think that the first thing I will do is say, how should we refer to you, sir? Gestured at Strahd.
Counts von Sarovich or Strahd or
Okay,
whatever floats your boat.
just to be polite. I just wanted to make sure. Strahd, sir. Who are we missing today? There's a missing seat.
Oh, I absolutely expected you to bring your Vistani.
Oh. All right, that.
I assumed she would have put up more of a fight in the Blue Water, but we'll never know what tonight would have brought if she tried to deliver her rapier into my poor heart. It would have made the night more exciting, would it not?
Exciting is an interesting word that I might not use.
Yes, I figured she should feel welcome. I have let her live twice now.
Interesting.
What makes you so generous? If you don't mind my asking.
Oh, no, that is a great question. You'll see that I, like a master of the house, you would not kill your dogs, would you not?
No, you would
No.
not.
No.
Um,
Until the dog gets feisty. Then you put the dog down.
I see.
Thank you very much for your invitation. It is an honor to be among your presence.
And it's an honor to be in the presence of Thomas Rogers, a great performer.
Thank you, sir.
When Petrovich said that he was going to be inviting you, I was thrilled.
Petrovich. He invited us
No, he meant to audition.
to audition.
We know Petrovich. Petrovich is.
I
our good
understand,
friend.
Duncan, you're slower than the average.
Yeah.
Lucian Petrovich.
You know, I half expected you to leave the gauntlets back behind with your clothes, but it seems that you're pussying about.
What is he talking about, Duncan?
Oh, there's my lucky gauntlets. I never take them off.
Yeah.
Like a troll, I see.
Mm-hmm.
What show are you writing?
Oh, Escher is attempting to make a show of my life.
Oh,
But this is enough. Tell me about you. Tell me about your homeland. Let us begin with the strangest member of this room. Shiv. How have you arrived here?
I just want to say, while this conversation is happening, Thomas is gonna try to whisper another conversation. It
To
doesn't-
Gertruda?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So, Shiv, you're being addressed across the table.
Well, I come from the east.
I'm sorry, speak up. I cannot hear you.
I come from the east.
You don't change volume.
Slightly louder,
I love it.
as I believe that he can hear me.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
And he says, I see. Does the bright Nidra keep you well?
Indeed. Always.
What is the name that she uses here?
I'm not certain. I know of two. But
We've been using the Night Mother here. Not the same woman, but
ah,
a fellow goddess. In similar pursuits, I would say that the Morning Lord should rule over these lands, but it seems that the folk would have otherwise different plans.
and the Morning Lord would make things different.
I suppose that he is the father of the morning, and the reason that the light should be brought back to Barovia, which would be a welcome sight, would it not?
Would it?
I would dream of it.
To one such as myself, the gifts of bright Nidra, it matters not.
It's just strange. Rahadin, would it be strange for a lizard folk to worship an elven goddess? I mean, I don't know about the goddesses. I mean, what's the dilemma? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. No, I'm talking about the bright Nidra. Are you familiar? No. Sorry. Go back to doing your things. And so you begin this conversation with Gertruda. What are you doing in the meantime, Thomas?
I'm keeping eyes on everyone in the room. I'm seeing how everyone else is reacting to the conversations. And I'm wondering if he made this pocket for my knife.
Who?
Whoever made these things made this, just knew I was going to sneak a dagger in and stuff.
Okay. So yeah, you look around. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. Yes, what was it? It was, Selune. That was what her name was.
19.
The dark elf goddess. Which is why I'm surprised you didn't... I'm a dusk elf. It's not the same thing. They have grey skin. We have brown skin. It's not the same. I don't care. You're all the same to me. Oh, okay. Sorry, my lord. Are you surprised?
No. Just addict takes up reason he's evil.
So you begin this conversation with Gertruda while this is happening. So Gertruda, you do not engage. She's very eating she's one of the few eating the food.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you say to her?
So you're auditioning for the tragedy?
Yes, I am. I am auditioning. I'm not sure that we should be talking while he's talking, but...
He's not speaking to us.
I'm not quite up to date on all the rules.
I'm also auditioning for the tragedy.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness. I don't really want to, but it would be great to make my mother proud.
Your mother? Why? I mean, not to be forward, you don't perform for yourself?
Well, it started that way when I was very young, but my mother, trained me to be a great singer. She's one of the best herself. She said that she had found a woman that had shown her how to sing long time ago, a sort of traveling woman in the wagon, and taught her to sing, and so she could not really sing herself, but she was gifted in teaching, and so all the time she wanted to taught her, and now here I am. And she said the best opportunity for me was to do the auditions, but I'm now Strahd's, so...
How did you become his?
It's a long story. For another time.
Okay, well, I look forward to... you're one of 3
yes,
people with
what
invitations.
voice part are you auditioning for? Because I know that it's baritone, soprano 2, and alto.
The baritone.
Ah.
One of the 2.
Makes sense. So you'll be playing Saint Andrew then?
That's the hope. I'm not the only baritone auditioning.
I've been pretty stressed. Strahd really wants me to make the role, but at the same time he says that if she makes it, then I won't be auditioning.
Who is she?
He won't say.
So you are one of 3 auditioners at this table.
Who else is auditioning?
My friend across from me.
And Vasilka's going to town on the food, and she's like, "Do you want some?" And she's pointing at Shiv, and Shiv, you're just like, "What are you doing?" You're in the middle of talking. He's like, "Stop it," and she's like, just going to town on this food. And Strahd's like, anyway, the bright Nidra, Selune, dark elves, dusk elves. Screw religion. It doesn't matter. All that matters is power. You see. Speaking of, the gloved boy, I see you're staring around. Why are you looking about?
I'm just a curious man. I'm just not meeting folks as fancy as you lot every day.
Certainly not. Where are you from? You don't have to be specific. You can just say the countryside or something, you common filth.
The countryside or something.
Well phrased. It seems that you're a man who takes direction. Rahadin is getting slow. I'm looking for a new captain of the guard. I'm right here.
Well, you know, I'm more of a freelancer than a joiner.
I see. So you're more interested in to the highest bidder type situation.
Generally, that's how it goes.
I will pay you 250 platinum to leave Barovia.
Leave Barovia.
Forever. And never return.
Thomas's eyes go wide as he hears that.
Okay.
You don't matter in my narrative.
Okay. Well, we haven't been able to leave. How could you guarantee our passage back out of this place?
I think you're misinterpreting me. You can leave.
What about my friends, though?
What friends? All I see are acquaintances who have paid you to come.
Right, but we've grown rather close, you know.
It is Thomas who I require. You can go.
Well, can't he just leave with me after the show?
Assuming he makes the roll.
Well, of course.
No. He gives you a very stern, straight-faced look. Is it more you require? You want another fancy blade, like the one you've hidden in your jacket?
No. I just like to think about it first, before I make a deal.
Take all the time you need. But that's hopefully not as much as you have. What are my manners? I should shut up and let you guys all speak. Escher, what are you working on? Stop, sir. Okay. And he's like, okay, I'm working on writing a new show. It's the idea essentially is that he like goes on and on about like Strahd conquering the land and like becoming this amazing. It's a kiss ass narrative, and
It's like if Alexander Hamilton wrote Hamilton.
It's very obvious the level of like worship that he has placed upon Strahd. Anastasia doesn't talk throughout the meal unless you specifically want to address her. Ludmilla is more so like light conversation, engaging and talking to Gertruda like, hey, you grabbed the wrong fork. You gotta use your left hand for that. Okay, you know, like that seems to be why she sat there. And then the Trapmaster is like not present because she's like looking around the room.
What did what did Gertruda say in reaction to the Vasilka news?
I think she was like, "Oh, this is what I'm up against," and like it seems to be like I got this.
Well, Vasilka is going.
Yeah, like just going to town. What's
it.
funny is that she's trained in etiquette, and I think I made that a point like to say multiple times. But I think in practice, it's like screw it. You know what I mean? Like I think that's kind of where she's at right now. Because her purpose was robbed from her.
Could I kind of butt in and ask Strahd? So, you know, I reckon I like to branch out in my career. Maybe try my hand at acting. Doing a little stage play. Do you think maybe I could find myself a role? And if I find myself a role, I play your play, and I still get paid. I'll leave forever, never come back.
You're doing a great job acting now.
See? Should I consider this my audition?
So if we're going to like begin discussing acting, I suppose I should do a little myself. I give a damn about you, and I want to see you live till tomorrow. Oh, sorry, that was too much. How about, yes, you can of course act in my play. It's not my play. It was written by the great Lucian Petrovich.
Well, the play is about you. I'm British all of a sudden.
Inadvertently, it is a little bit. But then again, this dinner is so rough. Why can't we talk about pleasant things?
Such as.
Valenta, why don't you tell them about your next thing you're working on?
Valenta, was she?
Really, sir? You really want me to tell them? And he's like, not anymore.
I would like to hear.
Make a persuasion check.
25.
25. Okay. Valenta's like, okay, so I have been trying to make the castle like all electric so that all of the passages are triggered by motion. And once I get to that point, you can step on the ground and the doors will open.
Ooh, that's very cool.
I call it the automatic door.
Wait. Weren't you the trap master?
Yes, I'm also a great inventor.
Oh.
What's your favorite invention you've ever invented?
I invented a pendulum that never stops swinging.
What else?
She invented perpetual motion.
Yeah.
It's powered by children's screams.
It's magic, my man.
Powered by an orphan's heart.
That was so good.
Um,
She says, no, I'm just kidding. My favorite invention is a suit of armor for Strahd himself.
what does it do?
Yes.
Should I tell them, sir? They've come here to seek information on me. I suppose it might give them some.
I just want to know about your invention.
What makes it irregular?
It goes on by itself.
Huh?
It moves. It is animated.
Oh.
I have
very
done
cool.
it. I have created life. And Vasilka's like, well, actually, she really does. She like leans over. She's like leaning hard over. Actually, she just literally turns to the side. She's like, well, actually, I'm alive.
Which is what it would sound like if her mouth wasn't completely full.
Full of
Right. Well, actually, I'm a flesh golem. Like that's like my thing. Oh.
Yes.
Let's talk after this.
That is Vasilka.
Yes, I'm Vasilka. Sorry, that was so rude of me. I was hungry. They don't feed me.
We do.
Just kidding.
No, I know. That's her.
You guys don't really.
Do we, though?
Do we eat?
In game? You probably should start.
I feel like it's assumed that
The only one who's eating here is Shiv.
Yeah, people. That's a good point.
No, she just says, no, so rude of me. I was very hungry. This whole like life thing, it's really hard. Yeah. And Strahd's like, no, really, where do you come from? Where do you hail from, Vasilka? Tell them. She's like, well, I was built by the abbot of St. Markovia to be a proof of concept at generating an endless bride circulation. That's not the right word. Oh, Freudian slip.
Be careful.
I'm not Jewish. Oh, man. To create a circulation of forever brides for Strahd.
Oh.
And I just so happened to want to sing. Got an invitation, and now I'm here. Cool. Gertruda's like,
Yeah. They're flying to you?
and you see, for the first time, Anastasia says, what?
Yes, it's true.
What kind of magic is this? Is this necromancy? And she's like,
Is she looking at Strahd when she's asked that?
no, she's looking at
Vasilka.
Vasilka. She's like, I don't know. And Strahd's like, it is sangromancy. Something I helped the abbot with long ago.
You're the talker.
I love it. The tension. I mean, people at home are probably like, they're so awkward, but like genuinely, this is probably terrifying.
Honestly, Duncan gets his ass kicked every time he opens his mouth, so he's just not.
Well, I mean, but like, okay, so I guess as the conversation is going on, I'm curious. What?
I was ready. I had formulated my next.
Well, good.
question.
Formulate it. As this conversation is going on, though, Duncan, what is going through your head? What is the inside of Duncan's mind right now?
I'm going through. I'm thinking like, how the hell are we getting out of here alive tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, how are we all not gonna die tonight?
I mean, it's interesting though, like the selective bit of information that he is telling you that he knows, right? So, like, what's going through your head as far as like that's concerned?
As far as that's concerned, I'm wondering. Obviously, I'm playing with like the moral implications of just abandoning these guys and getting the hell out of here, which is kind of what I want to do. But also, I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could live with myself, not just for these guys, but
Yeah.
why would he want me gone?
I would imagine every once in a while you glance at that empty chair that is for Esmeralda. And what would she say? What would be the implication of a monster hunter leaving hunting monsters? So anyway, that's going through your head. Shiv, what's going through your head as you're engaging in conversation with Strahd or occasionally not caring about conversations?
Just wait.
Just like, what's going on? What's next?
Eventually, we'll leave.
He's like a dad at the shopping mall. Yeah. Just like, I am done.
Answer their questions, make them happy, and they'll move back on to Thomas.
Okay. As we move back on to Thomas.
Count von Tsarevich, how often do you play organ?
I play as often as I can to keep things lively around the castle. As you can see, it's quite dull and dark and
Understandably.
Doesn't-
Except for the wonderful technology that has been invented for here.
Oh, no, we did not invent it, but we brought it here. We paid enough attention to remember. Long lives bear long, ripe fruit.
As I'm sure they do.
That was unfortunate. My brain just went, or nope. All right, you're good. Gosh.
I didn't.
I'm a 10-year-old. That's all it is.
Oh, I know. I just.
Eggplant emoji.
Oh.
There it is.
I didn't. I wasn't there. I was.
Like, somebody help me as I die here.
Are you playing for anything soon?
I have been given access to play for the auditions.
As I've heard, I played the organ at the chapel, and was told that I was one of a few that have only ever played.
Yes, Lucian is a player himself, but his skills are new. Been training him for only some time. Aren't you curious about him?
Yes, but it is not polite to discuss without his permission.
We have an open chair. Why don't I invite him? Father Petrovich! He looks up, looks around. Give it time.
Speaking of good company, you probably already know this, but we have brought you some gifts, as you have been so kind enough to invite us to dinner.
Have you?
We have.
Well,
So I get out my gift,
you get out your gift.
my raven.
You pull out this little raven, and
Let's see, what time is it?
I would say it's
Eight?
like, yeah, because sun goes down at 7. It's probably like 8:30.
Mm-hmm. And is the raven moving or anything?
It doesn't work.
No.
Tell him it only moves at night.
I said, made by a skilled craftsman in Valaki. It apparently only moves at night.
Well, a craftsman anyway.
And he demands that they pass it on. Like, they pass it next, and they just pass it, and they pass it, and pass it. And finally it lands in Strahd's hands and goes, "Oh, chirp, 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 chirp. And it like starts to dance in his hand. How thoughtful. I'm sure this was quite the friend before its death.
What?
And then he puts it on the table and it like chirp chirp bounces in the direction of like towards the middle of the table.
We were also shown a visage of yourself, but created from someone who has never met you.
Really?
And I will lift the puppet.
Ah, a marionette. Are you proficient? Go ahead, give a mockery of me.
That is not my intention, sir.
Oh, no, please. You're a performer.
I am Count Strad von Sarovich. Bleh, bleh, bleh. I had to. I'm sorry.
Bleh, bleh, bleh.
You tossed it, and I whipped.
No, I love it. I love it. Bleh, bleh, bleh. He goes, bleh, bleh, bleh. Not bad. I see. And this was Blinsky?
Yes,
I mean, is no fun, is no Blinsky.
Blinsky. Indeed.
And that was quite fun. Bleh, bleh, bleh. We will be doing that for the next millennia.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
So funny.
And so he says, yes, no, I know Blinsky when he was a small child. His inspirations come, honestly.
And then we have a Batmobile.
You suck. Man, this has been just really inappropriate jokes and then really bad comedy and very awkward dungeon mastering. What a great session. You need one. What is it, episode 12 now? Just a dumpster fire.
Great.
Hey, man,
Awesome.
It's only the one where we meet Strahd. You know?
It's only like the biggest catalyst event of the entire game.
Yeah, but I mean, he's scary.
No, he should be scary.
Pure gold.
I just don't know what would be appropriate to say.
I have
it's good.
Batmobile.
What is... You show him the Batmobile, and he...
hey, you made the joke.
It's in the game. I didn't write it.
That's much better.
I tried to play it off like I did, but I just can't. And he's like, well done. So, sorry, just tried. We all just drank at the same time.
We were rehydrating
It's
ourselves.
very funny. He says, so what are your goals, hopes, and dreams?
Who are you asking first?
Whoever cares.
Well,
I want to sing.
I also would like to sing. I'd like to be known all over for my abilities.
I see your future living in an eternal context, Thomas.
Eternal.
Yes. I could see you doing many great things forever.
I wish to perform for as long as I can make people happy and enjoy the arts.
He glances at Escher and then looks back at you. Anyone else with hopes and dreams? I know all their dreams. Gertruda, I just want to make my mother happy. No hopes and dreams from these bitches. None. Escher,
Duncan?
dreams? I have no.
Why?
Because we've achieved all of the things we wanted to.
Like what? What have you achieved?
Is this as an intention of like per like digging, or is it like just more of like a?
Roast.
Kind of.
Do you want to roll
It's
an
a
intimidation
roast.
just for
What
fun?
do you
Just kind of just, I mean, I can.
You should.
I don't think it's as good as the other ones.
No, of course not. You're not intimidating
Is it
per se.
persuasion or intimidation?
It's intimidation.
Oh, it's still
What have you done
23.
lately?
And he goes, I would really like to see my show get off the ground.
It's a great dream.
It would be great if it like made some king somewhere happy. So yeah, just like I like attention. So
How far through are you?
I've got like I got all the songs right. It's the lines in between that mess me up.
So you know what I might do is write a story first. Tell the story first.
You're telling him like stop
write a
showboating
musical.
and start
How to-
Oklahoming.
Yeah, exactly. Find the story you want to tell first, and then the part where the emotion becomes too great for just words, add music.
Strahd just like his long clawed fingers gray. Escher, get out. Escher's like and gets up
And gets out.
leaves. And finally the cheesecake arrives.
Anyone else with dreams?
Oh God.
Thomas.
He's telling you to come sit over there.
You.
Oh man. Gosh, he's evil. I know. I'm sorry.
I think I would be more comfortable this evening on my first visit to remain close to my friends.
Are we not friends?
I didn't say we weren't, but I have known you less time than I have known these gentlemen and lady beside me.
Strahd, I've been thinking about your offer. You said you needed a commander. Were you serious, or are you playing with me?
What can you offer that Rahadin cannot?
You seem to know everything. What do you see that would make you give such an offer?
Ooh.
I see a man who did not know his family and who might need a new place to call home. I can give that to you, Duncan. And what you can give to me is a magical rage that will kill our enemies.
You have enemies?
I have many enemies. That mad mage of Beartalk to be one.
Are they not just mad dogs in your house?
Hmm?
Are these... I thought you only had mad dogs in your house.
At some point, mad dogs get rabid. I would say that Rudolph and his little girl need to go.
Who?
Rudolph Van Richten. I don't know where he is. I'd pay anything to have him killed.
What about this wizard?
Morden Kanan
Sure.
can die as well.
Why?
So what if...
Name drop, big name drop.
Yeah!
D&D community.
Holy God.
Why?
I'll tell you later.
You're crying. You're like, whoa!
Why?
Why what?
What did they do?
If they are killed by the likes of you, then it proves that I'm better than them. Because you are beneath me, and they, dying to you, puts them beneath me as well.
I suppose that makes sense. We
So-
can't very well do that here, can we?
What if you let us prove our loyalty and fealty by hunting down these people for you, ridding you of your foes, and then consider that our job application?
You seem to know everything that we are able to do and when we do it and how we do it.
That is not true. It is not.
I think you're rolling a
Yet
deception check there.
you knew of a acquaintance we had that we chose to not bring.
Yes.
Now I do not.
You bumped into Argyle
Who?
and Luvash. She was with you then, was she not?
She was.
Aye, she was traveling with us, but she was merely just a travel companion for a greater destination. We were with many parties.
I don't trust her.
Several.
She was writing in her notes for quite some time that she was looking for Rudolph. Did she ever find him?
Not that we have heard.
Make a deception check, Thomas.
28.
Whoa. I have Strahd's insight ready.
Oh boy.
I guess not. Would you like a tour of the place? Seems that the cheesecake went down easier than expected.
Good.
Would love it.
Yes.
And which one?
Would you like to do this with our companions, or shall they meet you in the party hall that we will dance in the end?
Everyone,
Please with your companions.
Everyone.
Lovely
Is
company.
welcome.
Shall I bring Escher along? Have I treated him too poorly?
No, bring him. I believe you have treated him too poorly.
Yes. Rahadin, you are
She
good
was
to
like-
me. Go bring back Escher. And Escher,
Could Cyrus
Rahadin
come
goes
along?
out there, and Cyrus is like, why? And then Strahd is like, you've taken a liking to wait, who'd you say?
Cyrus.
Cyrus, perfect. That's what I thought you said. My brain just stopped. What have you taken a kind eye to Cyrus for?
I think that people who provide are people worth being around.
I was never able to figure out why he went from being a horrible monster to being a dwarf again. Do you happen to know anything about this?
I look at Duncan and try to telepathically communicate to him, which I
Do
can't
not
do.
say anything about what you're trying to communicate.
No, I won't. I'm just gonna like I'm shrugging him.
How do these things usually happen around here?
Make a deception check. Shit. Here it is. I was waiting. Somebody's got to do something.
I was just gonna ask him if we should just tell him the truth. Now that it's happened already, I can tell you that. Can I help him?
What do you say?
How?
Magic is abundant across the world. I didn't know that he was a monster. Well, how would we know?
Okay, you can have
change
advantage
that.
now, Duncan.
Now you get advantage.
You roll.
No, you have to roll.
You have to roll.
All right.
I'm forcing you to do this.
Yeah, because you spoke first.
Great. Now everyone's gonna die.
Yep.
Monster is such a generic term.
Dude, better hope this advantage helps.
Yeah.
You sound like villagers.
It's not too bad. What do you add? What'd you say? Deception? It's
Deception.
12.
I see.
I just said, how do these things happen around here?
Yeah.
I didn't say I didn't know.
Yeah.
I understand, and Thomas said what he said to help you out. It was like, magic's abundant all over the world and stuff. And Strahd goes, fine,
Right.
fine. Let us begin the tour. And then Vasilka's like, can I get a box?
They have to-go boxes in medieval times.
That's styrofoam. It's got Castle Ravenloft.
It was too
with the
good
bat
to
logo.
not
Yeah,
say.
electricity. Why not?
It's true.
So he goes,
my
he
gosh.
goes,
It's my newest invention. The to-go
yes,
box.
Cyrus, could you get her a to-go box? In the history of D&D, Count Strahd Manzarovich has never said that. Until right now. Okay.
Oh boy, that's so funny.
Alrighty. So he begins to get up the group, and I believe it's page 28. Yes, it is. Okay. So,
These are our torture chambers.
this is where I kill your mom. All right. No.
Can I say that Duncan tries to stick close to Valenta during this tour and charm her with small talk?
You can certainly try.
Thomas will stand directly off Strahd's left shoulder, hopefully persuading in body language Gertruda to follow and stay with me.
Okay. And what are you doing, Shiv?
Staying near the back,
Okay.
but not too far in the back.
All right. So, welcome to the guest hall. And you are just coming from here. This is where, basically, you guys have already seen the guest hall. He just
Before
is
we
telling you where it
changed,
goes. Yeah.
right?
You are in the great entry. The great entry I described, this beautiful like space. Imagine the grand staircase, the upper balcony situation. He takes you through there.
It's like the good entry, but better.
And then he takes you into a grand hall that is just trying to read it ahead of time, make sure I get it right. Life-size statue of knights hang on both sides. Their eyes seem to watch you. Just like, but they have no eyes, just like there they are. And as you're just like walking through this hall, you see all manner of faiths. You see Bright Nidra, you see Jesus, you see any deity you can think of, minus Jesus, because he's not in D&D, but I feel like, but if there was a cross on the wall, it'd be upside down. That's the degree that we're seeing. We're seeing everything that's horrible about
The world,
essentially, as far as like faith is concerned. And then occasionally you see like Strahd kind of like look up at some of the good ones and like almost wince if you're paying enough attention. Then he takes you, after going through this, into a chapel. A dim colored light fills through the tall window that's very beautiful stained glass, illuminating the ancient drapes of ancient chapel, of Ravenloft. Few bats kind of hang in the very tall 90-foot high domed ceiling. And the balcony runs the length of the west wall, 50 feet above the floor. In the center of the balcony, two dark shapes are slumped in tall chairs. And he's like not really worried about them right now.
Point at it. What is that?
Oh, we'll get to that. Benches coated with centuries of dust lie about the floor in jumbled disarray. Beyond the debris, lit by piercing shaft of light, an altar stands up, a stone platform. The sides of the altar are carved with the bas-reliefs of angelic figures entwined with grapevines. The light from above falls directly on a silver statuette. A cloaked figure is draped over the altar, and a black mace lies on the floor near its feet. He says, "Beautiful chapel, is it not?"
Sure.
Sure. Then he carries you guys around. Those figures don't move. Like, they are still. Then he takes you through a north chapel access, back the other way you came. The arch room connects a vast chamber to the east and staircase that rises to the west. Alcoves in the north and south walls hold 8-foot-tall sculptures of helmed knights with muscular builds. Black shadows fall across their faces. I'm sort of describing this in such a way that, like, you're not really supposed to know where you are. And it's supposed to be difficult to navigate. Yeah. Like, eventually, when I pull out the actual map itself for, like, if you ever come back and you decide you want to, like, kill someone, then it's, genuinely very difficult to navigate, even for a dungeon master, let alone for a PC trying to go, where is the top? Then you guys circle back around and go to a creaky landing. Literally, it's what it's called. It creaks, and it's a landing. The staircase is made of old wood that strains, creaking and groaning. It's a landing. That's what it says. 28. A sculpted stone railing encloses a long balcony which overlooks Ravenloft's chapel. 2 ornate thrones. You guys are headed up. Side by side in the center of the balcony, covered with dust and strung with cobwebs. The thrones face away from the double doors that give access to the balcony. There are 2 thrones. It seems that these 2 thrones were built for someone else. Like, he's not residing in them. It's for a king, and he claims to be a count, which is something to keep in mind. And then also he goes through this 20-foot hall. Dark vaulted ceilings Low moan seems to travel the length of the corridor as it rises and falls, atoning sadness and despair. The moaning is just the wind, but like it's super creepy.
Yeah. How tall is Strahd again? Sorry.
Strahd, as he stands up straight, 9 feet.
Oh, okay, I figured he was tall. Just needed to remember.
Yeah, he's tall, and like most of his cloak hits the ground. It's like it's just a big long cloak.
Yeah, he's still 9 feet tall.
And his, like I was describing earlier when he was clapping, his fingers are just like really long. Like it'd be like if I put some like rulers on my fingers. So
That's horrifying.
Nasty. Cool. And then last but not least, he goes past the guard's post. And in this moment, he specifically was just like describing everything. But the doors open to reveal another set of double doors 10 feet ahead. Between these doors, a 10-foot wide corridor stretches north to south. At each end of the hall, floating in the darkness, is a human skeleton, clad in the rusted armor and tattered livery of castle guard. They're just like floating skeletons.
Wow.
And he says to Duncan, he says, "You see, Duncan, this is what we can do to our enemies, immortalizing them in their own dooms."
Fascinating.
And then he takes you back to the exact place where you would want to be, which is in an audience hall. The courtyard light falls into the great hall through the glass and iron latticework of a large window in the west wall. This immense room is a place of chilly, brooding darkness. Empty iron sconces dot the walls. Hundreds of dust-laden cobwebs drape the hall, hiding the ceiling from view. Directly across from the window stand a set of double doors in the east wall. Further south, single door also leads from the east wall. Staircases both ends of the north wall lead down. At the far southern end of the hall, a large wooden throne stands atop a marble dais. The high-backed throne faces south, away from most of the room. And this is like his throne room, essentially. And you feel very like safe. And the only reason I'm describing the desecration, cobwebs, and terribleness is because your passive perceptions are high enough. As we were navigating through, you noticed that the majority of the place was very nice, but you also then notice Anastasia waving her hands around and chanting incantations and making the place look nice. Major images flying up everywhere. Prestidigitations when you guys pass by and lay your finger on tables, dustless, as she waves her hands. But that I would assume, though, that, like, you know, all of you, it's like passive perception like 12 to be able to, like, see this. Mm-hmm. They're not doing a good job of hiding the terribleness of it, but they're sort of just, like, keeping up appearances as they are giving you the tour. And I think, depending on how you feel about that, your passive insight on Strahd would be like, why is he not putting in a tremendous effort to show you a great castle? What's the purpose? You know what I mean? Like, that's probably going through your head as you're doing this. And even then, like, the descriptions I'm trying to give provide, like, a sort of meaningless feeling to the whole place.
Yeah.
It's not like, it's like, why is this room here? Why does it matter? Why are you showing us this? What are you not showing us? Why did we just go in a full circle up and down the stairs once? Yeah. Like, where's the castle meeting room? Where's the big grand hall? It's like, nope, you guys barely went upstairs and came right back to where you were. You will also see, he gives you like a little bit of history and says, you know, I built this place for my mother, Ravenova, you know, like all these like different things, and like giving you brief insight into like his nature. He's a very family oriented guy, loved his mom, loved his dad. And then you see on the wall all of the portraits of his family that include him as a younger child, also include another individual that's been clawed out of all of them. Like there was someone else that was equal to his age that was just removed forcibly by all of these paintings and stuff. And as you pass by and her hand waves, you see that they like cover it. It's like bad Photoshop, you know, it's just like, and then there wasn't someone there. And then you pass by again and you're like, there was someone in that painting.
Before they cover it, can I make like an insight check or perception just to see of what is like, of the painting that is left, can I tell anything about this person?
Make a perception check.
11.
Okay. Well, one, Strahd was once a man. You know, there's proof of life somewhere.
Yeah.
And then so was the other individual. The clothing's match, but the faces are all gone. So
No, like,
yeah,
no skin, no...
the other young man of some kind. but otherwise you have no clue. They did a good job of like
Whoever clawed this out.
scratching it out.
Yeah.
And then let me see here.
You like that?
I do. This is so scary.
And then you guys head back into the dining hall. And in the dining hall, the table has been cleared. The area has got a very large rug in the middle. And you see floating around are instruments playing themselves, spinning in a circle. And he says, as you can see, that useless tour was just so that we can clear this room and make sure that you have a place to dance. I would like to dance right now. And Anastasia is like, she holds her hand out to Duncan.
Wait. Oh, Anastasia. Yeah.
You want to dance with her?
Well, no, but
You're gonna take her hand?
I mean, it's kind of weird to refuse. So yeah, I take her hand.
All right, so you take her hand, and you begin to see like they're like beginning this dance. Vasilka's like, "Come on, Shiv, come on," and you're gonna dance. And then you see Escher like walks over to Strahd and is like hand up, and then Strahd's like. And goes over to Thomas and just grabs him underneath.
With probably immense strength.
Oh, like you're like, we're going.
Is
And
he leading or am I? That's a dumb question.
9 feet tall.
and the other ladies are dancing amongst themselves. You see the dwarven individual, Escher and Rahadin all make the rest of the dancers. They all fit in the rest of the planks. And so this is going to be one of those situations where if you want to have a one-on-one conversation that no one else can hear with one person, you could let go and dance with someone else. So essentially, when I basically say next, you guys can scramble if you want to have conversations with each other, if you want to have conversations with individuals, if you want to have conversations with like all that kind of situation.
Can we plot for a second? The players?
No,
Damn.
there's no time to plot.
Yeah,
Who are you dancing with?
Shiv intends to not do that
Yeah.
because he knows that his deception check is bad.
Yeah.
So he's attempting to talk with as few people as possible.
Okay. So you know who you started with. Mm-hmm. We're gonna make this fun. We're gonna make this little mini game essentially, and then you're gonna have those conversations, and then see what happens as the night goes on. So, Duncan, you begin the conversation with Anastasia while you were dancing. She says to you, "So, the master has given you an offer. Can you refuse?"
I don't think I can.
What's
Would you?
Oh no, of course not. But I'm also no stranger to how forceful he can be.
Aye, you're Walter's descendant, are you?
Yes, I am. I guess I would be her great-great-great-grandmother.
Ah,
Oh,
she was a bit of a forceful lady herself.
Yes, all of the Walker women are.
Ah, yes. Family trait passed through the generations, I suppose,
You could say.
along with other things.
Yes, I suppose. She did not get my looks, but what can I say?
Are you aware of your sons? Or your great-great-grandsons?
Yes, Nikolai and Carl. They've yet to visit.
What's kept them?
An invitation, I suppose.
Ah. She's a fine... She was a fan of reading, your great-granddaughter.
Was she really? What was she into?
Pride and Prejudice.
I love you.
That's so good. All right. Well, if you're not going to be forthright, I would say, what I'm interested in is wanting to know if you need any help in your quest to help the Count.
You know, I guess I'm a stranger here in a strange land, and anything you could point me in the right direction and as to getting in his good graces would be much appreciated.
Well, I would say do exactly as he says, and taking initiative is good.
Taking initiative.
Yes.
Such as?
I don't know, finding another enemy and bringing him his head.
Well, you roll at your decks.
I will say, you'll probably need to make a lot of noise to get another invitation back, but essentially, I'd put just ask him yourself. It seems that the dances are going to come to the switch, and so your conversation ends. All right, Shiv, you and Vasilka are dancing together. Do you want to say anything to her?
No, I imagine she might be talking though.
She is. She's like, so if I'm gonna sing, do you think I'm an alto or soprano too? Because I feel like they're the same part anyway. Like, one of them, like, the parts are complicated, but it's a solo game. Like, at this point, it's, like, the same part. Do you sing?
Occasionally.
Do you really?
Yes.
What's your go-to song?
Yes.
I'm uncertain.
I feel like there's gotta be a lot of good songs where you guys come from.
I wouldn't really know. Didn't know many people where I came from.
Really? Why not?
Well, I think most of them are dead at this point.
Oh, is that your fault?
You could say that.
It's funny. I'm the reason my master's dead. Well, sort of.
Exactly. It's that sort of thing.
Well, I guess you're the reason my master's dead. Thanks, by the way. I never got a chance.
Oh. So you didn't like him?
Well, it's not that I didn't like him. It's just that he was kind of a jerk.
That is true. Undeniably.
Well. Oh, look. It looks like we're going to switch. Are you ready? And go! All right, so now we're at Thomas and Strahd.
Oh, great.
You're looking up at him. And I will say,
He's probably holding me.
well, no, actually, he's letting you lead sometimes. There's a little bit of an exchange.
take?
There
Yeah,
is a
cool.
dance to it.
But keep in mind, he's as tall as the light on the ceiling is from you.
Wow.
He's
That's the top
terrifying.
of his head.
He's very tall.
About where his head is, yeah.
Yeah, you're grabbing like his waist.
Child. I'll do it
So
the whole time.
no, you don't need to. He's like, so Thomas, yes, you have hopes and dreams.
Yes, of course.
I do as well.
As I would hope.
I have been experimenting with all kinds of vampiric means, and I've realized I can give you some semblance of life, even in death.
What do you mean?
I mean, I can almost make you a vampire, but with, less of the problematic parts of it.
That is something that a good friend of mine was once interested in long ago.
What do you mean?
Just the fascination with living more than one life.
I don't suppose I understand what you mean, but
Well, how long have you lived?
1,000 years?
You wouldn't consider that more than one lifetime to someone like me?
To you? Certainly. 10.
More than one life.
I don't understand your meaning. You are very mysterious, Thomas. It's part of what makes you so attractive.
Well, thank you.
Are you going to be going home with them tonight?
I intend to. I believe that Duncan shall need aid should he accept your offer. And I wish to help my friend.
You say, I will give him one more night of life if you will spend your night with me.
One more night. One more night. One more night in length? As in, I don't understand your meaning to giving him one more night.
Yes, you do.
This night?
Why not? You're here.
I'll have to think about it. I'll swing back to you.
Yes, you will. And you guys spin around. All right, so
Sprint to Duncan.
you sprint to Duncan.
Yes.
Duncan, do you let him?
We start to dance?
Yeah.
Yes, I
like,
sprint at
"What?"
you today.
Yes, sure.
All right, so Duncan and Thomas, whoosh, intertwine. Where are you going?
I have look.
Anywhere but Strahd?
Anywhere but Strahd. All right, you want to actively avoid Strahd.
Yeah.
All right, you're
We
going
draw her
to.
twice.
You get grabbed by Gertruda.
Okay.
I'm doing
And
all of them.
and you're gonna grab all of them.
I have a list of people.
Okay, no, that's fine. So then we'll go quick on them here. So you begin the conversation with Gertruda. You learn the same stuff that Thomas did, unless you actively want to know anything more. All right, perfect. Brah, we go to the next.
Well, I have to talk to Duncan.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get that.
Oh yeah.
And I just have to start the music again because it doesn't repeat. Go for it.
What did you find out?
I found out that basically we have to kill one of Strahd's enemies to get another invitation back here.
Okay,
if
great.
we even want that.
Yeah, okay, great. Well, he just offered me to keep you alive one more day if I stay here tonight.
Ah, damn, that's what I was afraid of.
I'm real worried. I'm real scared. I hope I'm gonna ask him. Do you think he'll kill you tonight?
Probably.
Then I'll stay.
He'll probably kill you.
Yeah?
I mean, unintentionally, maybe even.
Zane, this is Zane. This is Zane talking to Thomas right now.
We're all comedians. It's fine.
I'll discuss more. I'll find out if I find out when your last night is, and I can promise him to spend a night with him after you complete your mission, regardless if we're actually completing the mission or not.
How do you know you're even going to be able to get out of here if you stay here one more night?
I'm not.
And 5, 4,
We'll figure it
3,
out. I'll come back
2,
later.
1, and spin. All right. So where are you going?
Trying to go back to Vasilka.
Okay. You see Strahd attempting to butt in. Make an athletics check.
14?
14. All right, I guess Strahd's got to make an
great.
athletics check to contest you here.
He's got +9 or something stupid.
No, I've never made a contested athletics check during dancing before.
18 is what I rolled. So I beat you?
I guess.
I mean, I'm just making sure. And so Strahd just, boom, gets in Vasilka's way and twirls her around. She's like, whee!
Oh, he took Vasilka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought it was coming to you?
I thought so too.
I knew what he was doing. I thought you knew what he was doing too.
So you're left like partnerless, and then Rahadin grabs you.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so now what are you doing?
Ludmilla.
With Milla? And where are you going? This is so fun.
Valenta.
Valenta. All right. So Rahadin and Shiv are dancing. Rahadin's like, "Hello, how are you?"
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Thomas.
What do I find out from Ludmilla? I'll be
Ludmilla,
cool, and I can
so-
roll to see what I find out.
Ludmilla.
I'll
Ludmilla.
actually go a little bit further and say, is this normal?
I mean, it's like, it's like that was really good. I don't know. This is not really my first rodeo either, but it's not my last. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
He's very boisterous.
Right.
Okay. Good luck. Keep your wits. All right, and now we're at Thomas. Yes, Thomas.
Yeah.
Your name is Thomas.
Yeah. What
So-
I find from Ludmilla, and I can roll to persuasion or something to see what she'll tell me.
Yeah,
what?
I
I
would
don't
say.
have to.
I would say. Well, she'll just tell you some stuff. She came as a little girl from You know what Am is? It's basically like Agrabah for this equivalent context. She made a living by stealing and hiding in the shadows. Young woman in Vallaki. She got adopted, and then she was kind of an outcast because she was so different. And then all of a sudden, she followed a map to some ancient place. She says there's some ancient temple somewhere in Barovia that's like amazing, and you gotta go. If you believe in the power of darkness, go there. Don't look at your map yet. You're not you're doing that. This later.
You're dancing.
All right, boom. Now, Duncan, you are with
Temple, darkness.
Valente.
Valenta.
Valenta.
So,
Temple, darkness, must see.
love what you've done with the place.
I love your dagger.
Oh, thank you. It's a lovely dagger, isn't it?
It is. I felt it in your jacket.
I know. Apparently Strahd saw it too.
Oh, no. Escher knew you were gonna do that, so he made the clothes with it.
Oh, how kind of him.
Yes. So, are you trying to like what is your a Russian person. You caught in your accent. What is your plan? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to just live my life.
I hope you live.
I do too.
Good luck.
What did, I was just curious. Your craftsmanship here, it's impeccable.
Are you trying to lie? Or do you just genuinely just like, sure, you're just
I mean,
making
like,
small talk? Small talk? Just small talk?
Just small talk on my way to a different subject.
Okay. She's like, thank you, and like goes on, but like, what's your subject of intent?
I'm gonna say like, so what have you done with the chapel?
Oh, she says that basically, essentially, that's her masterwork. She's so excited, and she says if you ever get the chance to like send someone in there, it'd be amazing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Like, deadly amazing. Oh, mate, that's great.
Her mouth begins to drool a little bit of how excited she is.
Can you give me a little hint? I'm just so curious.
Preview.
Come on.
Okay.
Alright, cool.
So Thomas and Duncan and Valenta are no longer a part of this dance.
No, I want my list to come back to.
All right. So now, Shiv, you want to go back to? Where do you want to go?
Doesn't even know. Still just trying to avoid Strahd.
Eventually, you bump into Escher.
Oh.
Okay.
Is that where you're going to
I was
next?
going at Escher.
Well, then, if do you care more than him, I don't care. You want to bump in the way? You're like, okay.
Yeah.
Athletics.
Nat 20.
Oh, I rolled a 19.
What's the total?
22.
20.
All right. So Shiv grabs Escher. Gertruda. All right. So you grab Gertruda. Escher goes over to Shiv, and he's like, "You're so big. Wow." Do you let him?
I mean,
Bite his hand off.
All right, so they dance. I don't really have much for him to say to you. Thomas, you're dancing with Gertruda.
Yeah.
Yeah, you basically just vibe
Why
some more.
don't you leave?
Because I can't.
Yeah.
I'm next.
Oh, after who?
Well, if Valenta was number 3, I'm next.
How many does he have?
Well,
at
Esther
once?
was number 4.
How many does he have at once?
As many live.
Oh. So when?
I don't know. I think
see.
you're prolonging it. Thanks for staying.
We'll see. Are you gonna be won by? Are you by the audition? Will you be his?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He wants to have a vampire audition.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thanks.
You guys split off. Okay. So, music! We'll get to you, Duncan, I promise.
I got 2 more.
Okay, so what are you actively trying to have a conversation about?
I
'Cause
want
we'll
to
just
talk
skip
to
to you there.
Escher, and then I want to talk to Strahd again.
Okay.
And then we can do Strahd last if you want.
Yeah, we are going to.
Yeah, okay, I figured.
Escher, hold on. I got a thing.
Such a pretty waltz.
Okay. Escher is dancing with you, and he's like, "Hey, how are you?"
Okay, what do you want to do musically? Why does he make you arrange?
Shut up and take this. And he hands you a piece of paper. He's like, "Don't let Strahd see it.
Okay.
Good luck."
Thank you.
Do you guys say anything else?
Oh, I asked him that. No, no.
Okay.
He said shut up and take this, so
Yeah,
I did.
he does. He hands you like a letter.
Okay.
Now you go back to Strahd.
Well, I'm gonna use the restroom first.
So you get like, excuse me? Gotta
Yeah,
go to the
yeah,
restroom?
yeah. Excuse me.
All right. So what are you doing? You're just
Read the
stepping-
letter.
Okay. So you step out and you go to this like kitchen space and you go in there, and you see an upside down person hanging over a vat of it's
Yeah,
blood,
yeah.
and you're like, oh,
Thought this was the bathroom.
That's where Strahd's wine is coming from. Okay. Wow. Read. Not everyone here is an enemy. That's what it says on the letter.
Not everyone here is an enemy.
Ooh.
Okay, cool.
Fold that back up.
Yep.
Eat it.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah. I mean, straight up small pieces. soak it in my mouth. It's like, I mean, no, I'm not going to say that on
Soak it in the
Never
wine.
mind. Never mind. In
Come
the
on,
wine.
full send.
And then I will, and then as I kind of hear the music start to, like, I feel like it's coming to the next change, I will go out and meet Strahd.
Okay, so you're doing that, but we're gonna cut to Duncan first. Okay, so Duncan, as you're walking, she's like, "Do you know how much blood is in a church mouse?"
I reckon. Would I actually know? Because I'm actually
Make a survival check.
a survival check.
Yeah.
Roll.
Shit.
Your survival's pretty good.
Oh wait, no, that's just a knowledge
What
thing.
a survival
Hey,
check.
make sure you have your character sheet so you can see what you add.
I know it's too much stuff.
I know, it's so much stuff.
Yeah. That's what's been going on.
Oh yeah, baby. All right, so that is.
Tell them what that is.
I got a nat 20.
I don't know if this is where you want to use it.
Wow.
Up one.
Dang it, I'm so stupid. All right, 25.
I'm not about church
So,
mice.
yeah, you know exactly how much blood is in a church mouse. It's like, it's like 4.
For what?
You know what?
That's it. It's just 4.
4.
4.
Okay. You're right, but I don't know how. So you guys get to this place. She pulls you around. You expect to go to the back to where you expected to, the chapel.
Yeah.
But she continues to pull you on. And you pass some space. You continue to go through, and it's so dark. You do not have dark vision. So literally, she's pulling you through the darkness. Do you resist at all?
I kind of try to slow us down maybe a little bit.
You feel relatively safe that she's going to pull you in the right direction, but she is definitely leading you in the darkness.
So, where are we going?
To the Hall of Bones.
Aye, what's in there?
You'll see.
Bones.
Yeah, right?
Dark stains cover the floor of this area. Large oak tables, scarred and beaten, lay scattered like toys about the room. Their wood crushed and splintered. Replacing them are furnishings made entirely of human bones. The walls and 20-foot-high vaulted ceiling are sticky yellow in color, not because of faded or time-worn plaster, but because of how they are adorned with bones and skulls arranged in a morbidly decorative fashion, giving the room a cathedral-like quality. 4 enormous mounds of bones occupy the corner of this ossuary, and garlands of skulls extend from these mounds. A chandelier of bones that hangs from the ceiling above the table, constructed in bones in the center of the room. 10 chairs made of bones and festooned with decorative skulls surrounded the table, resting atop which is an ornate bowl-shaped vessel made of yet more bones. The doors to the north and south are sheathed in bone, but steel-banded double doors at the center of the east wall are not. Above these eastern doors is a mounted skull of a dragon.
Of bone.
Oh.
I made this room.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
It's beautiful.
I didn't kill the dragon, though.
Did Strahd?
Yes. Well, I don't know. He says he did.
Ah. How many people did you have to murder?
Oh, no. I'm responsible for 1, 2, 300?
Of the people?
No. Yes. Yeah, of the children. The rest are, I don't know. I didn't count them.
Ah. Lovely. Well.
Bad guy. It's a bad guy. It's a bad guy.
I know it's a bad guy.
What stranger danger was that?
I'm trying not to die here.
she's like, they're gonna know that we're gone. I wanted to show you 3 rooms, but I rolled a d3, and this is what I ended up with.
Well, it's great craftsmanship.
The skull was the hardest part to put up because it weighs 250 pounds, but I have superpowers, so...
Oh, naturally.
Yes. Well, we got to get back. Here, let me carry you so that our footsteps don't make noise.
Okay.
And you just hover back. And she just... And you guys come back, and you're like walking in as...
Can I have
What?
at least done like a good see if I noticed anything in that room from that visit?
The fact that
you recognize
let me tell you.
If I recognize
I
anything in
pointed out
particular?
the dragon thing because she was with you.
Okay.
Otherwise, you would have not noticed it because
Okay.
of how like crazy this room is.
Okay.
So I gave you like
That was
gave you the information.
that was a thing worth noticing.
yes.
Dragon skull.
Yeah.
So we go back.
Yes, you head back, and you guys all get back as Thomas is finishing his dance with Strahd. Return to me again.
Yes, I do not believe tonight is the best night for me to stay with you. For only a few reasons.
One.
I wish to
Name 7.
see my friends to safety tonight.
I can promise their safety. I'll put it in writing. In blood.
I
Two.
wish to aid Duncan in his quest to prove himself to you as, and this is between you and me, he cannot do it on his own.
Well, he'll be able to get home, and you can meet up with him tomorrow. 3. We're dancing. It's great.
I'm sorry, I was listening to Duncan's thing, and so I didn't think of my
Yeah, it's good.
reasons.
It's good.
There are parts of Barovia I wish to see before the audition.
Have you been to the Barovian town?
I have not.
You must.
I know. And so I wish to,
When you come back, you'll circle back.
of course,
Then
as long as
tonight
you,
is yours.
as soon as you send me an invitation, I will come the night before the audition.
Make a persuasion check or deception. It's up to you whether or not which is true. I need to know what it is. Yeah, I mean, I need to know because it's either I'm setting a DC or making an insight.
I'll do persuasion. 25.
Okay. So he nods and says, "All right, ladies and gentlemen." And Duncan is like, he turns around as he finishes turning around. Duncan's like right there, like, "Oh, I came at the last second. Here I am." And he says, "The dancing has concluded. Allow me to escort you to the great entry." And Rahadin says, "Right, I saw you lot disappear off too. Where'd you go?" He whispers to Duncan.
We're just making a little bit of small talk. The last fancies me, I guess.
Alright, makes sense. She's the crazy one.
Hey, I can't help who picks me.
Whatever you do, don't let him make you a vampire. I've held on this long. I mean, mind you, I'm gonna live for like 900 years. But you, dying, it's nice.
Thank you, brother.
And hey, if you want my job, just ask.
He's like, I hate this job too, man.
Just ask. That's so great.
Oh my god.
And so Gertruda gives Thomas like an over-the-shoulder hug. Vasilka is arm in arm with Shiv, and Strahd says, "If you could inform me of the infamous assassin of Rudolf van Richten, with his genocidal hatred for the Vistanis, I'm just trying to protect the people of Barovia.
Of course.
Getting rid of him, also the mad mage Borden Kanan, also could die. And last but not least, I'll see you at the auditions.
If not before.
Yes, I will need someone to invite me in. And also Gertruda. I'm assuming that will be one of you. I look forward to seeing you at the front doors. If not, I'll think of something. Now get out of my castle. Please."
Of course.
As you
At
wish.
your behest.
"Oh, you'll be needing a ride. Rahadin." "Right, okay, let's go." He like kind of shoos you out the front doors. You guys step out the front, and he's like, "Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, he's far enough away. How do you feel? You okay?
Yeah. Worried about the future?
Right, you lived. That's good.
How are you feeling?
Bloody hate him. He's terrible, man.
Who'd he call out of pictures?
Oh, that's his brother.
Who?
He doesn't talk about it, really.
Not you, right?
No, that's our old brother.
How many people here are actually loyal to Strahd?
His name is Sergei, by the way. Sergei. How many people? I don't know. I mean, not very many.
Do you know which?
I mean, depends. Seems like Escher's right up his bum, isn't he?
Escher might be surprising.
Really? Okay. I mean, hey. You got ideas. I'm glad that you guys lived. It's not every day. We've had, 5 or 6 adventurers come through here. The only reason we know of Rudolf van Richten being here is because the last one got killed. Sent some bloke through. Instant dead. Made it in the doorway. Too much, he said. Rudolf van Richten, dude. Instant death. So, nice save. If you know the guy. I mean, if you don't, then good luck.
No, never heard of him.
Craziness. Alright, well, you guys can take one of the carriages or I could ride you up. Doesn't matter.
We have will the carriage be the same that we brought here?
You're right, yeah, you can take the one.
The black one?
I mean, they're all black.
Fair.
So, the thing is, though, I'm going to tell you, just because I think I can trust you. Mind the animals. Wolves. Bats. People. That's how they get them. If you can't trust anybody, it's probably because you can't.
How are you still alive if you don't? If you aren't loyal to Strahd?
I'm adopted. Let's be honest. I'm his brother. I've got a little more leniency.
Are there anything we can't trust?
People that you can trust?
Anything?
I don't trust you can see, that's for sure. I don't know. I think you can trust people who are generally evil. People only out for themselves. They're telling the truth. Right?
Yeah.
Anyone who claims to be good may or may not be, but anyone who claims to be evil probably is.
It's good philosophy. At least here.
Well, if you need me, I'm the one they send first. So, you get one. You piss the guy off, I'm coming. I'll tell you it's okay. I'll be like, look, I couldn't find him, right?
Oh, no
Second
worries.
time?
We won't disappoint Strahd.
Who's
Don't worry.
second?
Second time? I can't. Make a deception check. Just curious to see how much he buys.
What did you say?
He said, well, we won't disappoint Strahd.
Ah, 16.
Okay. Okay. Right. Okay, sorry. Thought I had you as a different person,
Hey,
so...
all will be well, remember? And I will wink at him.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
I think that's just for lucky, mate.
I think that's just for luck.
Well, if you're going to Barovia, stay in the shadows.
Yeah?
Good luck, blokes.
Thank you.
Where are we going?
Yeah. Okay, so you guys turn around, you hop in a carriage.
Back to the carriage. It's night. Back to our carriage.
Yeah, you guys hop in a carriage, you go back to your carriage, and on the long ride back to Valaki, is there anything you guys want to say? As you decompress.
Well, we definitely share everything we learned, right, with each other.
Duncan. Let's get back to the blue water.
Oh, right.
Then-
yeah, that's probably smart.
Let's sleep tonight and talk in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
Okay.
Got a lot to think about.
So, as our heroes ride off back towards the Blue Water Inn, that was a big episode.
Wow.
I think we will call it there. So, thank you for bearing with thank you for bearing with me as a dungeon master today. Ravenloft is a scary place, and it seems that they have some more scary things upcoming for our heroes. Thanks again for watching Crow's Curtain Call. I'll see you next time.